to renege on the promises that you make, because a promise is indeed a debt, right? So when you make a promise, do well to ensure that you are indeed fulfilling that promise, because it only shows that you are a man or a woman of your word. Good morning and welcome to Eagles Morning Rise. This is 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And guess what? Today is the 25th day in the month of April 2024. I like to greet you in a way that I know how to. I'd like to say Ekaro. I'd like to say Ndewono. I'd like to say Inakwana. I'd like to say in my dialect Amesiere. And finally, Una. Good morning. My name is Udwak Daniel. Call me UD for short if you like. Whichever one works. And just to let you in on the fact that this is the Pages, right? On Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. And to also bring to your eardrums as well as your visuals the fact that we are giving you an audio visual sensation. So get on to the YouTube channel right there. Do well to subscribe at Eagles FM Abuja. Get on to the Facebook page wall as well. Do well to like and give a follow at Eagles FM Abuja and across every other social media platform, talking about TikTok, X, Instagram. We have a strong presence at Eagles FM Abuja. Right, so go there. Go there right now and see that what I say is the truth. So what do we do on the Pages? What we do is that we bring the front stories, the headlines on the front pages, and in the course of aligning those into your consciousness, you get to you get the privilege, the opportunity to also add your voice and express yourself. Let me know what you think about whichever headline jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or begs for your reaction. That is what it is. But then you have to be very civil and responsible with what you've got to say, right? So that we do not become those that we point fingers at, right? Alrighty. Now let me give you 10 things that you ought to know today, being the 25th day in the month of April 2024. Now, it seems as though there appears to be no end to the political spat in Rivers State. As you well know, there's been quite a lot going on in Rivers State right there, where two political stalwarts are indeed having some battle. And the funny thing is that one of them is not even domiciled in Rivers State at the moment. I'm talking about Siminalayi Fubura and the FCT minister, talking about Nyesom Wike. Well then, two redeploy commissioners in the persons of Professor Zacchaeus Adango and Isaac Kamalu turned in their resignation letters on Wednesday. That was yesterday. Adango was on Tuesday moved from the Justice Ministry, where he served as Commissioner and Attorney General, to special duties, and Kamalu from Finance to the Employment Generation and Economic Empowerment Ministry. Well, this is as a result of the fact that the sitting governor, Siminalayi Fubura, has decided to reshuffle his cabinet. Okay, so it seems as though there's going to be quite a lot going on in that state. But then let's take you to the fact that telecom operators yesterday renewed their push for an end user tariff hike to reflect the cost of doing business. The operators, acting under the aegis of Association of Licensed Telecom Companies of Nigeria, talking about ALTON, Altan, and Association of Telecom Companies of Nigeria, ATCON, in a joint statement asked for a cost, a reflective tariff, of services. Well then, I just hope that this is not going to add to the already untold hardship. But then, should the proposed executive bill be passed, politicians found guilty of tax evasion will be barred from seeking elective offices. The plan was made known yesterday by Chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Wednesday handed over 14 properties seized from some companies to the Enugu State government. The assets were initially forfeited by the federal government in the course of investigation of former Governor Chimaroke Namani. All right, the name has a little bit of karaoke, to it, but well, it's Chimaroke. Don't get it twisted. Now, a consumer credit scheme to put money in the pockets of Nigerians, boost manufacturing and stimulate economic growth has been rolled out by the federal government. Presidential spokesman Ajurin Galali yesterday announced the beginning of the plan following its approval by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this is going to be in line with the 200 billion naira palliative, of course, I guess. These are just intervention forums right there where the federal government is saying that, well, there's already a started 200 billion naira, palliative initiative, and as well a 20% route to the traditional and religious leaders right there. This is in a bid or efforts by the federal government to seeing that each and every one of us as Nigerians would begin to feel, the dividends of a government that is democratically elected, right? Well then, we hope that this, indeed sees the light. And we see this one, many filling stations were closed in Abuja and about 5 other states on Wednesday as the scarcity of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, caused heavy queues at the few outlets that dispensed the product. And now let's take you to Ondo State, where the Ondo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party will conduct its governorship primary today, being Thursday, ahead of the November 16 governorship election in the state. Well, we hope it's not going to turn out the way that it went with the APC's conduct. But then the party has 7 governorship aspirants who will be jostling for the votes of the 627 delegates to pick the governorship ticket. Then now to Lagos State, where the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps has arrested 2 traders when its operatives demolished shops built around Akiogun Road, Oniru, in the Etiosa local government area of the state. Now, this was disclosed in a post on the official X-handle of the Lagos State Commissioner for Environment, Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, only yesterday. Now, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio on Wednesday called on judges to stop the misuse of ex parte orders. Oh, it's about that time, especially in the political cases. He said it was imperative for the National Judicial Council, NJC, to exercise stringent oversight to curb the misuse of ex parte order. Finally, leader of the Ilana, Omo Odua, Professor Banji Akintoye, has disagreed with leaders of the Pan-Yoruba Social Political Organization Afenifere on restructuring, saying the Yoruba nation wants self-determination, not restructuring. He said this when he featured on national television. Right there. Well, that's about all that I can bring to your eardrums in that regard. Now let's jump into what's going on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. And just keep in mind that the number for you to call to get involved with the conversation would be 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888, or the WhatsApp portal number where you can send your WhatsApp message, voice notes, as well as your text message to is 0909-705-4450. I guess the 237 is already stuck in my mind. But then, as you also engage outside the shores of Nigeria, you can add the prefix number +234. All right, precisely what it is, and you get connected to Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Needless to say, our reach is indeed wide, and we cover a range of issues. Now let's get on to the front page now. Vanguard newspaper, big story. Why power sector crisis won't end soon by electricity workers. And you know the thing about the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, they quite depict it. The power situation in Nigeria, they depict it with some darkness and maybe a couple of persons, sitting around a lantern. Oh, it's been a long time I saw a lantern. Yes, with books in front of them. Well, it's got a couple of writers though, but you'd find the story on page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. First one said, frequent system collapse caused by technical other factors. Second writer, Genco's gas shortages, aging dilapidated machinery, inadequate power evacuation capacity. Alrighty. Third writer, Disco's outdated, obsolete networks, inadequate maintenance of network equipment, low meter penetration. Poor supply becoming unbearable. CPPE has got that to say. Our members still generate their power at a higher cost. LCCI has got that to say. We need huge investments. Experts has got that one to say. So get onto the front page right there, page 14 precisely, and find the story. And this one right here is Okwama Ewu. Over 12 residents trapped in forests die of hunger, sickness, and somebody will tell you that this is not real. I mean, the situation is real out there in Okwama, and it's got a couple of riders now as Oborivori inaugurates committee to resettle, rehabilitate villages. Second rider to that big story, or to that story rather, many villages still missing. We are searching for them. Leaders have got that to say. At the base of the Vanguard newspaper, failed Air Nigeria EFCC operatives grill Sarika as ex-minister defends role. Page 13 has got that story. Alrighty, and now let's look just above the Vanguard newspaper banner. All right, the very peak, the very apogee, the zenith of it, the height of it. Yes, you'd see this one, 5.2 trillion naira debt. Oh, okay. Federal government recovers 57 billion naira from 10 MDAs. Okay, 5.2 trillion naira debt. Okay, then federal government recovers 57 billion naira from 10 MDAs. Recover. Page 19 has got that story. Now let's take you to page 12. Rivers crisis. Four Wike loyalists resign as commissioners from February's cabinet. And this one on hardships. Sanwo-Olu launches Eco Cares intervention for 500,000 Lagosians. Page 10 has got that story. Now to page 9. Lead British school victim sues Bullis, gives ultimatum for sanction. Yeah. Page 9 has got that one. And just at the base, the very, very base, and the last one I'll be taking with the Vanguard newspaper now. Siasia excludes stubborn Mikel from Super Eagles' all-time best. All-time best what? Well, you find out on page 37, and that for the sport lovers right there. Now, away from this very story, now let's take you to the Guardian newspaper for today, the 25th day in the month of April 2024. Big story, federal government's non-retention policy. Over 5,032 first-class graduates languish amid vacancies in varsities. Page 6 has got that story. It's got quite a report on that one now. Quite colorful, but it's not a very pleasant story though. And well, I'm just going to take you to this one right now on page 15. Currency outside banks up by 300% as economy slips into cash hoarding. Page 15 has got that one. Wike's loyalist reject redeployment, resign from Rivers cabinet. Page 3 has got that story. Now let's take you to page 30. Zulum urges establishment of military bases in Sambisa Forest, Mandara Hills. Could that be the way forward to ending the insecurity in our dear country, Nigeria? Okay. Well, EFCC withdraws appeal against order restraining Yahaya Bello's arrest. Page 6 has got that story. In case you missed it the first time, let me say it again. EFCC withdraws appeal against order restraining Yahaya Bello's arrest. So page 6 has got that story. Aviators fault interference as federal government grounds Dana Air operations. News page 3 has got that story as well. And the last one that I'm going to be taking with the Guardian newspaper, federal government probes bullying incident at British International School, Abuja. News page 9 has got that story. All right, still bringing it into your eardrums right here via this platform, Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. In case you're just tuning in for the first time, let us take you to the Daily Trust newspaper right about now. So the Daily Trust newspaper has got this big story: corruption, undue influence in undermining our justice system. I'll take that again. Corruption, undue influence undermining our justice system. CJN has got that one to say now. It's got 3 riders to it. Tinubu NBA demand judiciary reforms. Second writer, curb ex parte order abuse, Akpabio tells NJC. And the last writer to that big story on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper is politicians, not judges, to blame. Yadudu's got that to say. Page 4 heralds that story. Taking you now to page 20. Concerns as fuel queues worsen in Abuja, Lagos, or others. And now to the base of the Daily Trust newspaper. Now, I'm not very sure what page this is. Somewhere around page 20 or page 30. But it says varsity workers demand 350,000 naira minimum wage. And now to this one right here, not very certain as well, but I'm thinking it should be page 9 of the Daily Trust. Loans. Kaduna Assembly demands El Rufai's transactions. And now, still at the base, Tinubu approves takeoff of consumer credit scheme. This should be on page 19. And just underneath, the Daily Trust banner now, we see this one. Experts weigh in as federal government grounds Dana Air after runway accident. Page 16 should have that story. And now to page 8, I guess. Zulum to military established base in Sambisa Forest. And this one right here on page 12 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Poultry farmers lose birds as temperature hits over 40 degrees Celsius. All right, that is that for the Daily Trust newspaper. Now let us take you to the Nation newspaper. But just in case you're just tuning in for the first time, I need to inform you that this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And we say this on strong authority because you gave us the bragging right. Yeah, you can also join the conversation via the studio numbers 0907 353 0044 or 090 8888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. As you also engage, let me into your reaction. Please be sure to be very civil and responsible with your reaction. It is very important so that we can build a saner society, right, for our dear generations to come, as well as sanitize the generation that is present, right? Okay, so the Nation newspaper right now, big story. Government opens Nigerians access to consumer credit with 100 billion naira. It's got two writers to it. First writer right here says scheme to put money in pockets, stimulate manufacturing. Second writer, experts, speaker, program okay. Alrighty, seems as though this is getting an applause by experts and even the speaker. But then let's get on to this one now. Trust me, you'd find a story on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. And this one right here, just above the Nation newspaper banner, EFCC returns recovered assets to Enugu government, right? EFCC returns recovered assets to Enugu government right there. And you'd find the story on news page 4. Now to news page 7, House seeks documents in probe of El Rufai. House seeks documents in probe of El Rufai. Okay, so you would find El Rufai administration. You'd find that one on page 7. Now to page 5, Ajayi Egbiseni, Mafo, others in battle for Omdo PDP tickets. And on page 5 as well, Makinde vows not to back any candidate older than 52 in 2027. Alrighty, now let's look at just below the belly of the Nation newspaper right there. This one right here says Lagos targets 500,000 households under EcoCare's free meal initiative. All right, page 6 has got that one. Telco or telecom firms seek nod to raise tariff. All right, and this one right here says tax defaulting politicians to be barred from contesting. Alrighty, and now the very, very last one at the base of the Nation newspaper. Rivers crisis, Attorney General, Finance Commissioner quits Fubera Exco. Page 4 has got that particular story right there. Now let's punch you with a punchy headlines with the Punch newspaper. Big story. Consumers lament as food prices rise 30% in 8 states. Page 2 has got that story. It's got just one writer. Beans, Gary Semolina, others rise by over 30% despite currency gain. Right, and just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner now, this one says, I sneezed blood 2 days before chess marathon began. Onakoya has got that one to say. And just to let you in on the fact that he has beaten the last Guinness World Record for 50, that was 56 or 58 now. He's got 60 hours. Yes, he's Nigerian, just in case you didn't know. Page 30 has got that one. Now let's get you to page 21. Q's return as fuel scarcity hits Abuja 5 states. Not a very good one. 35 oil firms face probe over environmental pollution. Page 7 has got that one. Now to page 29. Delayed justice. Tinubu National Assembly demand judicial reforms. About that time now. Now this one here, JAMB plans meeting with NIMC over candidates with double NIN. All right, has got, you find that one on page 7. Bullying parents seek justice after another student speaks out. Page 29 has got that one. And police shooting victim, not Lautech student. Management has got that to say. So there was a shooting right there in Lautech, and the management's come out to saying that that victim is not their student. Okay, so you'd find it on page 5 right there. And there should also be the close for the Punch newspaper already. Nigerian Tribune newspaper, EFCC discovers Yahoo training schools in almost all states. You serious now? Page 2, page 3, and pages 4 has got that story. Now, it's got a couple of writers. Withdraws appeal against Yahya Bello. Second writer, anti-graft agency boss must exercise restraint, else. Lawyers have got that one to say. CSOs protest in Lagos. Frown on media trial. Another writer, EFCC hands over 14 forfeited properties to Enugu government. Okay, now let's bring this one to your eardrums now. Federal government suspends Dana Air operations. Page 8 has got their story now. This one, Rivers Finance Justice Commissioners resign, reject redeployment. Page 8 has got that story. West Africa losing primacy in cocoa production, experts warns. And this one, Nigeria divided, requires one state man to unite it. Saraki has got that one to say. Page 25 has got that story, and it's got a writer to it. Our system should allow young people assume leadership position. Makinde has got that to say. Did I say one writer to that? No, 2 writers actually. As Southwest speakers insist on multi-level policing. And the very one at the base is ban on open grazing still in force. Basiki is saying that one categorically. Page 24 has got that story. Now, at the top, the zenith, the apogee, the height of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now. 7 aspirants slug it out as Ondo PDP governorship primary holds today. Page 25 has got that one now to page 8. Tinubu approves takeoff of consumer credit scheme. And finally, with the Nigerian Tribune, federal government revokes 924 dormant mining licenses. Page 6 has got that story. Now it's time to hear your reaction. What are your reactions to these stories? What are your reaction? What is your take to these stories? Quite a number of things has been said. A number of headlines have been put out there, and some of them developmental, some of them anti-developmental, others are just caught up in between. You already have the numbers. Put that call through. Let's have that conversation. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Daniel, good morning.
Good morning to you, please.
Good work you are doing.
Thank you so much.
My name is Apostle Osolai from Apple.
All right, Apostle, welcome aboard.
Yes, my last time I checked, I learned that the dog that barks so much doesn't bite. EFCC, if they want to help this country, Nigeria, they should not make noise. They do their homework very well. So that even if Yaya Bello, when they apprehend him, Yaya Bello will vomit or whatever he has swallowed.
Right.
Not only Yaya Bello, many of them. And another thing I want to say that I do not subscribe to this state police. And even this 10 National Assembly will make a law that the executive should not be controlling our police. You see that our police will do well because many times our police will apprehend criminal. They will tell you order from above, release him, and the man in question will continue with the criminality he have been doing. Let them reform our police system.
Okay.
And giving us the police.
Okay.
Thank you and God
Thank
bless
you so much.
And then we may have also life from our pool.
All right. Thank you so much, Apostle Also Life, all the way from Apple right there. You're talking about the fact that, hey, you are not in support of the state police and system right there. Well, then, let's still have more reactions right there. Number to call is 0907-353-0044 or 0907 0908, I beg your pardon, 766-8888. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I'm Donatus. I agree all the callers on this radio station.
That's right. Thank you, Donatus. Welcome aboard.
In a situation whereby the governors cannot pay salary and you are agitating for state police, how can they pay salary? You understand? And you arm these young men and young girls. You say, what do you expect? Is it not another insecurity? You cannot pay them salary and you are giving them arm. I think before they should advocate for state police, they should cut off the cost of governance. It's too much. You know that yes, they have started. But if you don't cut cost of governance and you are asking of state police, it will not work.
Right.
It will not work. It's another stage of insecurity.
I get that. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate though. Right. Cut down the cost of governance. We have said that, kept on saying that. We will not stop saying that until our voices are heard, because we are eagles. We are strong, and we will keep at it until, it is done. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Right.
Yes. Good morning, please. Yes.
This is Bright.
Bright. All right, Bright. Welcome aboard.
Sometimes, if a journalist do the reportage, I think whether if they are at all in Nigeria or in USA or Britain, they are telling you dollar is falling, food prices are going on. Do they import Gary? Or they are journalists? They don't know what's causing food scarcity in Nigeria. Is it not insecurity and all the rest of them? They are talking about dollar. This cassava, Gary, imported from they use dollar to do it. Okay, look at now, you are talking about dollar. Where is the food? Where is the fuel? No food everywhere. The cooking gas is up. Let me tell you, it's not that we don't believe government. When they are talking, you look at the indices, you look at the practicals, what is on ground. What is it that this government has promised us they have done? What is that? Okay, look at, let's take ESCC for example now. They go, it's not that Yahoo is good, but they go for those words. But what of the ones looking at face to face? How many governors have been jailed? Is it not why when the ship is eating, the air will be looking at his mouth? And I think, okay, look, if you go to government, if you are a politician now to win election, even if you don't have one motor, before 3 months, you have Jeep, you have estate, you have this one. Who doesn't want to make money? It's except God directs your way. That's when you know that all those ones are fitting equal.
Right.
They are not compared to God. So look at them. Is this Nigeria? They get somebody, like in a Kuba case, they get somebody who get bribe, but the receiver, they get him. Okay, look at Bobrisky.
But you might want to round up.
When you tell him a face woman, you will not get him. These men in Nigeria don't go to jail. It's only poor people.
All right, Bright is saying that there is some segregation going on with investigations and those that the EFCC is going after, and that we do not want such kind of segregation. What is good for the goose is good for the gander, right? So whatever it is that if you put punitive measures right here, you should also serve the same effect of punitive measure on the other end, so that there's going to be equity and justice. Well, still joining us via the conversation outside the shores of Nigeria or across social media platforms right there. Do well to get onto our Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to give us a like and a follow, and we would appreciate it. Do the same by subscribing to our YouTube channel at Eagles FM Abuja. Taking this call right now. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Rudy.
Yes, please. Moses, are you all right? Your voice is a bit low.
The situation of this country. Are you not feeling the heat?
I am feeling the heat.
What is the root cause again of this this lineup? What is the root cause? I don't know. This country, they don't make the ordinary Nigerians to be at peace and to be at happy when God bless this nation with a great mineral resource. I don't know why we Nigerians are punishing ourselves. So they should do what is needed. I think they should investigate and bring out what is called petroleum tax force. There are some things that, there are things that they need to come out. In fact, politicians, I don't know. We shouldn't allow some Nigerians to be misbehaving, blaming the top government. Sometimes we are the root cause.
Okay.
So let us have a task force. What is happening? Some people are even selling above the pump price. Yeah. Some even sell back the pump price. So people should not put. There are lots of things that security should do. Then another thing again is the issue of Bello. Is Bello above the law? Is he above the law? Remember, he is under EFCC investigation. So is he above the law? If it's an ordinary Nigerian doing like this, I think they will take an action.
Right.
So to me, he should make himself available. Then the issue of state policing. So in fact, government is spending a lot on our security, and the challenge of this nation is corruption and insecurity. These are the major problems: corruption and insecurity. Why are these people succeeding? How are they succeeding? There is nothing wrong in borrowing ideas. So governors should also follow suit to secure their state. So thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much, Moses. I mean, there is some successes somewhere, and we should indeed begin to look and learn from the successes of some security outfit right there that is domiciled within the state. And you've also made mention of the fact that corruption has been the base of it, the bane of what's going on in Nigeria. And that's not just you saying that. The CJN has also come out to saying that corruption is the bane of what is going on in Nigeria today. Well, I'll take a little breather, and you already know how it goes. Pay some bills. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hi there. Do you want to know how to get the correct approval or documents for your land and property? Do you need the right information on how you can prevent your building from being demolished? Then tune in to Town Planning Program on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja every Thursday by 5 p.m.
No AC? No problem. We're cooling you down with the freshest hits.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All right, no AC. Well, we're cooling it down right here. Well, I know that emotions may run high and sentiments run deeply, but calm down, and let's just have that conversation. Let's just talk about it decisively. This is not to say that we should shy away from talking about these issues, but hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it with some levels of maturity, yeah, and do the needful in ensuring that we do not maintain the culture of silence at no point in time. Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is GB.
All right, GB. I need to start getting used to this voice. Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
GB. Yeah.
Peter Obi saying that the problem of Labour Party is not as big as that of ACC and PDP. Let him solve the problem now. Problem is problem. Either small or big. That problem has been lingering since he joined the party. Who knows anything about? Nobody knew about anything about Labour Party before until he joined the party. At the time he joined the party, there were two factions. A Papa faction, this one faction, this and this. And up to now, it will not solve it. Now that there's a problem about leadership, about chairmanship for the rest, it could not solve it first. Being a senior candidate of a party that brought party to that party, that brought president to come to limelight, you have to check there and you have to solve their problem or see how it is done. Did you ever see him with any of their meetings? You want the headlines that they suspended this NWC and cancelled the convention. Was it there? Was not there. It should go to all these outing, political outing in the north, where you want to break past with people in the north.
GB, you might want to wrap. You might want to wrap up now. Okay.
Not a single member of your Labour Party in that place.
All right. All right, GB. Okay.
So Adam, you said that the problem is
all right, GB. That was not part of the front page, but I tried to just allow you have a voice, and talk about it. But then it was not on the front pages as we brought it together. Please, let's just keep it short and simple and go straight to the point and stick to the front pages. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, UD.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
This is Felix from Lambata.
Felix, welcome aboard, Felix.
I greet our highly esteemed listeners and callers.
Right.
Kolasi, Obaka, all of you.
All right.
My regards to you guys.
All right, Felix, you've got 60 seconds, though. You've got 60 seconds. Let's go.
Let me brief. Udra,
yes, please.
we are talking about corruption in this country, and we don't mix word when we say there is endemic corruption in this nation, and corruption is a major problem. And if government is to make any achievements or make any thing happen that will benefit the common man, they should tackle corruption headlong. All this dramatizing of high-profile cases when poor people are being sentenced every day on corrupt issues, it's nothing to us. We don't want this drama. We are handing over this one to this. We are handing over this one to that. Go ahead, tackle it. When you walk, the effect will be seen by everybody, including the common man on the street. So this is what I'm saying. Let EFCC do their job and stop dramatizing issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much right there, Felix, for your thoughts. Do your job and stop the drama already. Well, the EFCC boss, chair, had also come out very recently. I saw just this morning saying that he had gone to see the president, the number one citizen of Nigeria, and the president has said to him, go and do your job. Righty. So the president is saying, I'm not interfering in anything. I'm saying to you, if your job is to bring whoever it is that is found wanting in any way, in terms of embezzlement, in terms of corruption, issues, that is what the your statutory mandate is about. Go and do your job. And that's a decisive statement. I'd like to say kudos to the president for that one. I mean, such statements, if we can keep having these kinds of statements for every other sector, the ICPC, even the ministry, all the ministries, the departments and agencies and all of that, well then, maybe we will just begin to see all of the changes begin, to unfold as quickly as possible. But then I see this one right here via the Facebook page wall. This one says, on the issue of electricity tariff hike, government should urgently do something about it to ameliorate the plight of average Nigerians. Which way, Nigeria? May God help us. And it's coming from Ozo Francis Namani from Amagunze, right? He says, watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Thank you. It says, good morning from here. The internal political wranglings need to be holistically resolved for the interest of the masses. All right, I guess in the interest of the masses is what you meant to say. Well, it's still the same thing. I mean, so that's it. You can as well get onto the social media platforms, talking about the Facebook page right there. Drop your message, and of course it will be heralded via the instrumentation of my voice to the entire planet. Okay, Ben, let's get on to the WhatsApp now this time. I mean, must be quite a number of messages via the WhatsApp portal number. In case you're just tuning in and you also want to join that conversation via WhatsApp, the number is 0909 705 4450. I had to take a quick look so I don't have a misconception with the numbers. All right, 0909 705 4450 is the WhatsApp portal number. But then I'm still taking your calls. I'm still entertaining your calls via the studio number 0907 353 0044. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
sir.
good morning, please.
My name is Suleiman from National Assembly.
Suleiman, welcome aboard, Suleiman.
Yes, sir.
Let's have you take quickly.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Our president give order, asked the EFCC to go and do his job.
Yes.
It's a very, very welcome development. But please, you should order people who are entitled to do their job on this fuel problem. You can see the cries of but nobody seems to care. Although I know that we are battling of issue of like Yaya Bello, but I think the fuel is more important than Yaya Bello issue. So please, we are begging Master President, he should give orders to those who are responsible to do the work of concerning of fuel issue. If you see how people are really suffering now because of this fuel issue, wallahi, he is not here, sir. You can see they are increased the fuel, and before you get the fuel again, some people need to sleep in the filling station.
Right.
So I don't know where the problem is. You understand? The NAPC are not saying anything about it.
Okay.
You understand? So please, we are begging him in the name of Allah. He should give order. Let them do something about this fuel. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Suleiman, for that one, just like you rightfully mentioned. And of course, taking it off from my mouth right there, should the president give such such decisive statements as he gave to the EFCC chair right there, to every other sector, we might just see the changes. I mean, we see him give these orders, and we see some changes as per between the time he gave order and what happens next, right? And yes, this is what we want to see some more. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. All right, first time caller, feels good. What's your name? What's your name though?
Lisa, my name is Lisa.
Lisa, right?
Yes.
All right, Lisa. Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from, Lisa? Can you hear me? All right, Apo. All right, let me give you the bell. Okay, that's for you though. Welcome aboard. Go ahead, very quickly.
I think corruption has eaten into this country.
Right.
It's making it difficult for people to use their mind to do their job. Imagine this Yaya Bello issue. Who is above the law? Everybody is under the law. So, like the president has said, let them do their job. If people can really do their job, their delegated authority, everywhere will be working well.
True.
Look at fuel now. We are the ones, the masses that suffer for it. On the two, and they are doing it at the wrong time. Look at now that it's school time, where you have to take your kids to school. Imagine kids going to school late. Then where's the education you promise the children of tomorrow?
Right.
So let them be careful. As in these people that are our leaders, let them do things right at the right time.
All right, do things
Nigeria will
rightly.
be a better place by the grace of God.
Amen to that one. I believe
If we all
it too.
get together and agree that we are one nation.
That's
I
right.
think that's the only thing that can get us together. And let people purge their conscience. Purge your conscience at all times. You are given an opportunity. Do it right. Don't say you are doing it. That's the mentality. They say they don't do it before. Wait to concern me and my son.
I get that. I get
If
that.
everybody can know that the grave will not ask you questions, then be careful so that you don't end there on time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I mean, you've spoken some wisdom right there. And they say, he that has ears, let him hear, because there is always a day of reckoning. If it doesn't happen to you now, it doesn't happen to your children, it might just happen to your children's children's children. And that is not something any good parent would want for their loins, or the people that come out through the loins. Let me see. Well, I should bring this one to you, though. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, handed 14 recovered assets over to Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State. And the chairman of the commission, Ola Olukoyede, during the handing over ceremony held at the EFCC headquarters, Jabi, Abuja, on Wednesday, revealed that the assets recovered by the commission were forfeited to the government. Right. And just to also bring this one to you already, right? Sarika, the embattled former Minister of Aviation, Adi Sarika, spent his second night in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over an ongoing 8 billion money laundering probe. When I hear these monies, it makes my heart shiver. But then this was also as the Anti-Graft Agency or Commission began a probe into the alleged fraud involved in a botched Nigeria Air project. Right. Well then, let's also let you in on the fact that residents of Gombe State on Wednesday had bemoaned over 48 hours of power outage caused by 4 330 kV towers that were vandalized by the wind. 48. Well, some places in Niger State have seen more than 48. I mean, a week or more, even a month. It's really sad. Well then, the transmission company of Nigeria had on Tuesday stated that 4 towers along the Jos Gombe 330 kV transmission line had been vandalized at about 3:32 p.m. on April 22. The point is, it has been vandalized. What action are you taking to ensuring that it's been restored? It's always the issue that we face. And then the question also arises, who are those who are supposed to monitor some of these complaints and ensure that these is it the discos or the TCN or whoever is involved or should be at the place of bringing maintenance and all is indeed brought to book and pressured to do their jobs. I, for one, do not know why people have to be pressured to do the right thing, especially when you are not there. You are not put in that position all by yourself, right? Even if you are put all by yourself, I don't know, nobody's put all by yourself. Somebody put you there. If it is not the electorate, it has to be maybe the president given an appointment here and there. And it's because they saw something in you. And it's high time we began to conscientize ourselves and prove that we are not indeed invalids, that we have the right to do the right thing and without fear or favor. Now let's get on to the WhatsApp portal now. I'm going to what I'm going to do with the WhatsApp portal now is that I'll do a quick with the reading or taking your messages firstly, and then we get to the voice notes, and if we still have time we would take one more call. But then this one right here via the WhatsApp portal. Good morning, the great man with a golden voice, thank you, says, please, army should temper justice with mercy. Some of those people in forest are innocent. What happened? Let's do things with love and fear of God. Army, police, DSS and other security agencies should go after the criminals and allow the villagers to have a breath of fresh air. This life is just temporarily. All right, El-Rufai documents to undergo investigation is a good and welcome development. God bless Nigeria. Triple D from Waru. Thank you, Triple D. I see this one now. It says, good morning to you, my brother Udwak Daniel. Good morning to all the listener and caller of this great station. All right, feels good. Thank you. Is this Samuel from Kujay? Samuel, welcome. It says, please let Wike and the governor know that their power tussle in River State is not for the good of the state. Wike should kindly face his new assignment as a minister of FCT and allow the governor to do his work of governance in River State. In a situation, someone will leave office and still want to be in charge of the same office is very bad. It's a big shame that some people are playing with the power sector in this country. Those who are sabotaging the power sector should please have the fear of God. They should keep us darkness, yet they bring us bills to pay. This is wickedness. The rise in food items in the markets is all over the place. What is really happening? Is it until we die of hunger and hardship before the authorities will act? Question. Thank you, Udwak Daniel, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for that one. And well, we wouldn't die. I don't want us to die. Nobody should die. Please do the needful, authorities. Good morning, Daniel. Keep up the good work. I'm listening from Nasarawa State. Fuel scarcity is biting very hard in my area. We're calling on the authorities to address this issue urgently. This is the time to show leadership. Tekken B. Hundo has got that to say. And then to this one right here. Good morning, sir. This is Abbas reporting from Dutse. Good morning to you. Concerning energy crisis and telecom operators to hike price. Nigeria is a free market economy where poor masses are being extorted through unreasonable pricing. How can over 100 filling stations within 24 hours not have fuel to sell? Because they were informed there's going to be a price hike. They shut down their station, hoping to cash in by 5 p.m. They all resumed selling and added 10 naira to 15 naira, and Nigerians are still rushing to buy. Nobody is questioning them. Obviously, we are being shortchanged by lots of business organization. Okay, we're having a shortage. I don't get that part though. Organization in Nigeria. Okay, maybe many businesses in Nigeria have been shortchanged. Well, maybe this telecom operator, just like PHCN, are also seeking for subsidy to curb their inefficiency. Okay, Abbas is saying that right there. Okay, so this one, good morning, Daniel. Okay, this is still coming from Tekken B right there. Says, I want to commend the EFCC for having a former aviation minister as their guest and looking forward to seeing them have more. A former governor boasted how he paid for all the forms for those who contested for all elected positions, and I urge the EFCC to invite this former governor, Tekken B Hundur, again from Nasarawa State. Now let's jump into the voice notes already. Okay, this one, let's start off with Mr. Selassie.
Good morning, Kubok, Udwak, Daniels. Good morning to the listeners and callers to this.
What's going on? Okay, now what is happening? I don't get that. There's a voice change. I don't even know what's going on now. Okay. Okay. Let's see how we can take it.
Good morning. My name is
what's going on? There must be a tampering. Okay, I'll just try to get us, straight to it.
Mr. Odwa, good morning. My name is Edward Funapo. Mr. Odwa, I want to talk about River State.
This is not working. Please do well to send a message instead. I don't know what's going on with the gadgets. Sometimes they just misbehave and malfunction that way, and they need fixing, right? And that also cuts across every other aspect of the Nigerian society. At one point or the other, we need fixing. We need fixing, and the persons who have been put there to man, the offices and as heads should do the needful to fix, because being at the helm of affairs just means that you have the capacity and you have the wherewithal to ensure that there is a better fixing. Right, so Nigeria needs fixing at this time. So I'm bringing this one to your eardrums now. Shaibu Samuel from Airport says, good morning, Daniel. Good morning to you. Mr. President has given total order to EFCC boss to do his job. I think this is a welcome idea. I believe our nation will get it right soon. I believe so too. Seriously, I stand in solidarity with you. All right. Okay, Mr. Selassie is saying bad network, but then you can still put that call through. Let's see how we beat against the network at this time. Just in 1 minute, and we would call it a close. 0907-353-0044 is that number to call. The other number is 0908-766-8888. And for your WhatsApp message via the WhatsApp portal number 0909-705-4450, you can send it on there, and we would have a good conversation. But as well, you can jump and head on to the Facebook page wall, where we have an audio-visual radio experience for your perusal, and drop that message just like Ozo Francis Namani all the way from Enugu State did, right? It will be at Eagles FM Abuja. But I need to also give you some information. I mean, quite loads and loads of information to bring to your eardrum. President Bola Tinubu and Senate President Godswill Akpabio on Wednesday has asked the judiciary to commence a reform of the justice sector. So Tinubu said the judiciary needed critical reforms to address systemic challenges and justice and serve justice to Nigerians. Well then, in recent times though, you should know that you're aware the judiciary has come under censure over the reported misconduct by some judicial officers, lawyers, litigants, which has given rise to the clamor for reforms in that particular sector as we so speak. Yeah, well, the VP's senior special assistant on media and communications, Stanley Quachad, revealed in a statement that were titled President Tinubu to Judiciary, our justice system must guarantee the well-being of Nigerians' economic growth. Yeah, and let me also let you in on the fact that there has been some talk about why community policing is best option. Ex-NBA President Okpoko, who's a SAN, has come out, to saying that already, that community policing is what we need in our dear country, Nigeria, at a time like this. Well, then, I brought that one to you about the EFCC handing over forfeited properties to Enugu State. And traders count losses as government demolishes shops, houses in Ebonyi State. Yeah, so it was gathered that the government wanted to build a flyover at the popular Ogoja Road and Vanko Junction, which led to the demolition. So that's what's going on, and traders are not very happy with that very development on there. Well, and let's also look into some more as I can bring to your eardrums as quickly as I could. Well, the president of the Commonwealth Association of Tax Administration, that is CATA, and the chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, Zach Adedeji, has called for the increased capacity building to enhance tax administration processes among members of the global body, right? And that management meeting had in attendance tax administrators from the United Kingdom, His Majesty, Revenue and Custom Canada, Australia, Malaysia, Barbados, Papua New Guinea, Ghana, Lesotho, Maldives, Uganda, Mauritius, quite a number, even Nigeria, and even a host of others. But we just hope that this will indeed bring for indeed capacity building among members, as well as allow for Nigerians to indeed not feel so much of the brunt when it is indeed implemented. Well, I'll just put it a peg on here because Vicky Vick is right here, and it's going to be taking you on sports on Eagles Wings. Keep in mind that top of the 9 after Vicky Vick is done with his magic, right? We would be back here to talk about political and current affairs issues right here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. Next voice coming up here would be Vicky Vicks. Don't go away.